I might get my hands replaced. Get past the scoops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Well, thanks, Darren.
Sound Shapes is a platformer cross with a music creator for Sony's Handheld the Vita and the PS3. You play as a blob-like thing.
I like to think of it as an egg.
An egg?
Yeah, because it's got the little yolk and then the bit around the outside, the white bit. You know.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Nice.
You play the game with just 2 buttons. X makes your egg blob jump, and either square or R causes you to lose its egg white part. This has 2 effects. You move faster and you no longer stick to things. It's a bit like the 2D Mario games.
Yeah, and just like the Mario games, it's simple controls but some tricky gameplay. Everything from timing your jumps perfectly to racing through a section to get through a gate.
But the platforming is only part of the game, and what really sets this game apart is its music. Almost everything you see creates music, from the enemies that crawl along the ground to missiles that groove along. And those levels with the vocal elements just,
Yeah, I expected this to be a rhythm game, you know, where you hit buttons in time to the beat, but it's not that at all. This is about layering the music from screen to screen and seeing it change and evolve as you progress. Heck, I don't think I've grooved along to a game this much in a long time, and knowing that everything you're hearing has been created by what's on screen is amazing.
Yeah, and there's no object or enemy that feels like it's there to make a sound for the sake of it. It's just a seamless combination of music and platforming.
The developers have collaborated with some indie musicians for not just the music, but also the level design. There are also coins to collect with extra notes or loops. The higher they are on the screen, the higher the note will be, and they play from left to right. And the music from these coins continues for 3 screens.
It might sound a bit confusing, but you really get a feel for this in the level editor. As you play through the campaign, you unlock more tools to make your own levels, and Badge, I'm not usually one to get super excited about level editing, but this one really hooked me.
The tools are simple to use as well. On the Vita, you use the front touch screen to place objects and the rear touchpad to move, resize and rotate them.
I just wish you could start testing your level from the screen you're on though, rather than having to start from the beginning each time. I've already tested the first 2 screens.
It would have been nice to be able to choose which objects to lay in front of others, so you could put it all together a bit more neatly. Although that would make level creation more complicated. Hex, I think this level editor is definitely a case of easy to learn, hard to master. I spent all this time mixing up bits from different albums to create some interesting platforming, but then realised I hadn't created something musically interesting.
Really, I did the opposite. I placed all these coins to make a pretty cool tune, but then found myself a bit stuck in terms of platforming. I went online to see if, other people had fared any better, and I found all these recreations of games and their famous theme tunes. Some weren't so good, but if you're willing to do a bit of playtesting, you can find some real gems. I think I need to work on mine a little bit more.
Well, at least it was better than Darren's.
What do you mean? Mine was incredible.
Darren, it was just a statue of you that lasered everyone. Can't even finish it. Can't even get to the end of it.
You mean you can't finish the level? Only noobs will be lasered.
All right, well clearly it's quite a challenge to make a decent sounding level, but also give some good challenge as well. But that's just the kind of challenge I enjoy. Death mode, on the other hand, that super hard timed mode that you unlock after you finish the campaign, that's a challenge I will happily pass on.
Oh, really? I enjoyed it. I think it's the more brutal it is sometimes, the more rewarding it is to be. But what are you giving this, Hex?
Well, I especially like that you can cloud sync between PS3 and Vita, which means you can save your game on either console and play it on either console, which is great. I really enjoyed my time with Sound Shapes. I'm giving it 8.5.
Yeah, I love that this does something different, makes your brain think a different way, and it's a wonderful blend of platforming and music gaming. So I'm gonna give it 8.5 as well, Hex.